You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans. Right now, we are seeing trouble for two couples and a potential romantic opportunity brewing for two more couples. And some of the people involved in these romantic tangles include Cane Ashby and Sally Spectra. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we've got two couples that seem to be on the verge of breaking up, along with the potential for two new couples. We're going to talk about who's falling in love, who's falling out of love. And if you're not following us, please click that subscribe button. All right, so the first couple who look seriously shaky this week are Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott. They had been doing great, and recently Sally got this great gift of trust from Billy when he agreed she'd be CEO of Abbottcom while he was off chasing his chancellor dreams. And then he even invited Sally to move in with him. Things were going so well, and that means, of course, it's time for Billy to take a big risk and screw up his relationship with Sally, because that's what he always does. So this week, things take a turn after Cane canceled Billy and Sally's launch party for Abbottcom. And Cane was there waiting for Billy and Sally at Society and said he was doing them a favor by stopping the launch of their company because Victor would just take it from them, because he is out to destroy the Abbotts, and Victor wants Cane's groundbreaking AI program to do it. However, Cane doesn't want to ally with Victor, and so Cane needs the Mustache to be taken down. So Cane offered to hand over his powerful AI software to Billy to use against Victor. And of course, Billy is absolutely considering doing Cane's dirty work to destroy Victor. And we all know just how badly Billy wants to get Chancellor out of Victor and Nikki's hands. Billy has also been itching to get revenge on Victor for taking Chancellor from him in the first place. And also, Billy Boy wants revenge for decades of just abuse and cruelty at Victor's hands. But Sally sees right through Cane, and she knows he wants to use Billy as a pawn, as a scapegoat, and have him do the heavy lifting and the illegal grunt work. And then Cane will let Billy take the fall if anything goes wrong. So Cane's plan leaves Billy with all the risk and very little reward. So Sally sees all this, and she's going to give Billy a warning. Sally tells Billy in no way is she going to be part of this, and Sally doesn't want Billy to have anything to do with what Cane's planning. And of course, Sally cares about Billy. She doesn't want him to end up in jail, but Sally talking sense to Billy isn't going to make a dent. He says he's trying to decide what to do, but I'm sure his mind was made up as soon as the offer was made. So Sally is telling Billy, figure it out fast or she's done. If he teams up with Cane, Sally's going to leave the company and their relationship is over. And there's also the fact that there's not even a company anymore for Sally to run, because Jack was so mad that the Abbottcom launch was canceled and that Billy is playing these revenge games with Cane. So Jack pulled the funding after fighting with Billy. And, you know, when Billy said, fine, take it, Jack said, okay. He told Billy he's taking the money back, taking the Abbott name back. So in the end, Sally quit her dream job at Marquette only to get screwed over by Billy and his revenge plans. By the end of this week, it could be the end of Sally and Billy. So right now, Billy is spiraling, it looks like, into these old, risky, addictive patterns. He's alienated Jack, and now Billy is at risk of losing Sally as well. And in the end, I just don't think Billy can say no to Cane. So although Sally really cares about Billy, I think she may walk out on him soon. And that's the first split. Now, the second split I see coming is Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman, even though it hasn't happened yet. We've seen Kyle break Claire's trust in him when he kissed Audra in France while trying to expose Victor and Audra's scheme. Even worse, Kyle did it half naked, and Claire still doesn't know that little detail. But the worst part is Audra told Claire the truth while Kyle was lying to Claire's face about it. And when Kyle did tell her the truth, he didn't tell Claire all of it. And then she asked for a minute just to process, but Kyle got impatient and instead he asked her to marry him. And of course, that made things worse. And now Claire knows Kyle was keeping another thing from her, that $5 million contract he signed for Victor. So Claire is just running out of patience with Kyle. She doesn't trust him anymore. Claire's already told Kyle she needs space, but meanwhile, she's getting closer to Holden. So I just don't see Claire and Kyle lasting much longer. Claire doesn't have any experience with relationships, but she has lots of experience with liars and gaslighters. So in the end, for all those reasons, she may dump Kyle. That would be the second split that I'm expecting. Now, let's talk about two new romantic pairings that we could be getting on Young and the Restless soon. The first new couple I could see coming out of all of this is Phyllis with Cane. Now, we know Phyllis is supposed to be getting a new love interest. Plus, according to head writer Josh Griffith, Phyllis is also supposed to be getting a win when it comes to business. And she's all about Cane right now. And, you know, he could be the professional success and the personal love interest all in one package. And yes, Cane seems impatient with Phyllis at times. And he told her he's done with revenge when he's not. But at the same time, she's been giving Cane really good advice about how to get back in good with his kids, Maddie and Charlie, who are very upset. And now that Phyllis knows about the AI plan of what he wants Billy to do, it sounds like Phyllis is on board with Cane. And this week, he is whispering to Phyllis about them owning the town together. Plus, Lily's done with Cane. So I could see Phyllis and Cane blurring the lines between business and pleasure and getting together. I mean, Lily's his end game, but Cane is planning to target winners, and that's not going to help anything. And I do think Phyllis and Cane could be fun, even if they didn't last for too long. Now, the second potential new couple I want to talk about is Holden and Claire. I mean, Holden has this crush on Claire, and she can't trust Kyle. Their future's uncertain, and I think it's going to be over soon. Plus, Claire and Holden definitely have a connection. They have a vibe. They have chemistry. And I feel like their growing friendship combined with Kyle's bad choices are setting the stage for a brand new romance between Claire and Holden. And it also didn't help that Kyle was playing big man and telling Holden to stay away from Claire, because when she heard that's what Kyle was saying, oh, she got mad. Because as far as Claire can see, this whole mess and all of the unhappiness in her life right now is down to Kyle's bad decisions. Really, it started with Victor and Audra, but as we knew already, Claire was going to give her granddad a pass because he's family. And at the same time, Victor is also giving his approval of Kyle and recommending that Claire follow her heart and not be hasty. However, this week, Holden is going to confess his feelings to Claire, and he's going to give her some ammo to use against Audra. So I do think this might have Claire considering maybe it's time to ditch Kyle and just start over with a brand new romance with a clean slate with Holden.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.